Welcome to Flosstube number 8. Time is flying. It's already been almost a month since I've done my previous one. It's a rainy afternoon, so I figured it was a nice time to actually do some filming and show you some of my progress. So for those of you who are new here, you're very welcome. My name is Hanneke, and I've started this Flosstube, I think about 6 months ago-ish. And have been really enjoying the process of making the videos, but also the interaction with the community and just to have a chat about stitching, really. I think that's the best part of it. For those of you who are recurring, thank you very much for taking the time. I do appreciate that. And you are also very welcome to be here. I am surrounded by stuff. As you all know, this is how it works. I have a fully finished object that went quicker than I thought it would, and I'm very happy with it. So that's what I'll show in a minute. Then I have, I think, 3 new starts, and I have about 5 or 6 progress. Yeah. Then I went shopping. I went online shopping, which I've decided is so much worse, really, because you don't really notice how much you buy. And it wasn't terrible. It wasn't a lot, and there was a sale on, but still, I bought 3 kits, so I will show you that as well. And then I have a little giveaway, so that will be at the end of the video. Right. I have been very busy over the past week, so I've had the last 2 weeks in particular have been very busy. So I work as a project manager in higher education. I really enjoy my job, and I've started a course in project management. So that's sort of added to my workload, and it's already been busy. So it was mad busy the past 2 weeks, but I really enjoy my job, so that's fine. I don't mind it. But now I am actually having another holiday week, and I'm going to Ameland Sunday or Monday, and I'm going with my mum, so that's great. And for those of you who don't know where Ameland is, it's one of the islands of the Netherlands. We have in the north of the Netherlands, there's several islands, and my mum and I are going to one of those. So I'm really looking forward to that. I love the sea, and obviously I live close to the beach. So yeah, it's lovely to spend some time on an island. The weather though is it is raining a lot. So I went shopping this morning to get my holiday stuff together, and I bought myself a proper raincoat because it is raining quite a lot. But we'll have fun either way. It's fine. My mum and I can have a lovely holiday just stitching and crocheting all day. So we'll be fine. Yeah. So that's where I am at. I have done quite a lot of stitching despite being busy, but you will notice probably that I have been stitching perhaps more on other designs than I have done in the past few Flosstubes. Because when I'm tired or busy, I tend to grab something symmetrical quicker than I do full coverage. But having said that, I've still done stitching on all of it. So yeah, I've been stitching quite a lot. I made myself a cup of tea because it is cold and I like my cup of tea. And I love autumn time. It's just, I like everything that comes with it. The warm cups of tea and the candles, and I've started looking at Christmas decorations in the shop, which is just lovely. So yeah, I'm in a happy place. Right, let's go into some stitching, shall we? The first thing I did a lot of stitching on was God is Good. It's a design by Sweetwing Studios, and I bought it on Etsy. And when I I thought in my head I'd already finished it last time we spoke, but I didn't. I'd only stitched the words around it, and I was working on the border in the middle. So I've been really fast on this stitch because I've already also made it into a pillow. And that's, I think, because I really, really enjoyed it. So if you're looking for a nice stitch that goes quite quickly and gives you a lovely result, I can only recommend this one because this is what it has become. And I am loving it. Every time I look at it, I'm really enjoying it and looking at it. So the colors, I like the colors that she picked. So when you look at the picture, I really like the colors that she has. Those are dinky dyes. And she has got a DMC conversion. I looked for those colors in my stash, couldn't find all of them, and then decided to stitch with stash and pick my own colors. So, and I like the way mine has turned out as well. I think it's really nice. It's very soft. They're quite soft colors and they work well together. If you'd be interested in these colors, feel free to just leave me a comment and I can let you know which colors I've used. But yeah, I'm really pleased with this. And again, I really like her color scheme as well. So yeah, I didn't change the colors because I didn't like the colors. I just changed the colors because I have quite a lot of stash and I thought, why not use it? And I'm glad I did because it turned out to this lovely little pillow. Now the pillow I sewed with my sewing machine, and as you all know, I've been trying to get better at that. And so I've given myself the additional difficulty of adding the strips of fabric on the front, and that was quite scary. But I decided to go for it anyway because I thought I really enjoyed the stitch. So if I mess it up, I'll just stitch it again. And then the fabric was perfect with the color in the middle. It's exactly the same color. So that was a perfect find. And the color for those in the Netherlands, it's from Pipo's. So it's the green. They have this one in different colors. I've already used a brown copper for a different pillow. And this green is perfect for this one. It's quite a big pillow. I'm not sure I would ever go any bigger. This is a 16 count Ada. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased with how this has turned out. And I might stitch this one again in the future. And I think this would be a lovely present as well to give people. So maybe I'll stitch this and then give it away. And do it in different color schemes as well, because you can just pick whatever, really. And yeah, really enjoyed this stitch. So that's that one, all done and dusted, and much quicker than I thought it would, because I didn't start this one far away. I started it quite recently, so I went really quickly. Right. Then I moved to some new starts, and some of them are new to this channel, and some of them I have shown you previously because I was kitting them up. So this first one I'm going to show you is one that I kitted up over the summer because I was thinking about autumn and winter time, and that I wanted a stitch for those times. And this is Winter Robins by, I don't remember by who. I bought it on Etsy. Is it Lucy Heaton? Please check my description box if you're interested in this pattern, because I'm not entirely sure, and I will put it down there. And the fabric I'd chosen when I was kitting it up, I started working on that and then decided I didn't like it. I think it was a 16 count that has been washed and sort of shrunk a little bit, and I decided that I didn't enjoy it. So I went onto a new Ada, a pewter grey that I bought from Soot Atelier, or I think that's what it's called. It's a Dutch shop, and she has different colors, Ada, and this is like I said, a pewter grey. Now on what you're seeing is quite light blue, but in real life it's actually more towards a warmish, a warmish grey. So yeah, it looks different in real life than it does on the screen. It's a much warmer color. And I have started in my preferred corner, and I'm currently doing quite a lot of snow. But yeah, I'm enjoying it, and love this fabric, by the way. It's a 16 count, which is my favorite, as you all know. But what I did want to show you, and I don't always do this with patterns, but with this one, I can't not do it. It's just to show you the beautiful colors. Isn't that beautiful? It has all these warm oranges, coppers, salmon, and then blues and greys and greens. It's just beautiful. So yeah, just to look at this bag of colors is bringing me joy, and makes stitching on it so much fun. So yeah, and I thought that maybe once I finish the birds, I might want to use this for something else, because I really love this color combination. So it might be working for other things as well. For instance, another present of God is good for someone. So yeah, I think this is a beautiful color scheme. That is just lovely to look at. So yes, that's my first start to show you. And as you know, I just stitch whatever I want to stitch whenever I want to stitch it. So it's not something I put in and stitch every other week or something. I just grab it whenever I want to use it. And because I'm currently doing quite a lot of white, it is something that I might just grab in the evening when I'm tired, because it's just white, which is quite easy. So the next one is a pattern that I've had in my possession for quite a while. I think for about 6 months already. And I've never told you about it. It's Petit Carres, and I'll put it on the screen, by Lin Pulsion, I think. And she is French, and she is on Etsy. And I'd already seen this pattern, and it was a sale. It was a stitch along years ago, and I couldn't find it anywhere to buy it. And it's illegally, it's everywhere basically. But I felt that wasn't really fair, so I contacted the designer via Etsy, and I said, "Can I buy it from you?" And she put it on Etsy, and I purchased it, which was great and very kind that she put it on there for me. Because I really love this pattern. I think it's really nice, and it's just a relatively easy stitch. It feels like therapy. But I didn't like the colors, because it is red and blue, and those are my least favorite colors. So I decided to change the colors, but I couldn't figure out which ones to use for all this time. So I've been looking at it several times, thinking, oh, what will I go with? And then I couldn't figure it out, so I put it away again. Now this time I saw 4504, I think, which is a DMC, multicolored DMC with pink and brownish colors. And it's just perfect. So I chose that one with the, how would you say that in English? So the multicolored has 4 colors in it. So then the corresponding is the word I'm looking for. The corresponding colors I picked separately as well. So the multicolor is only the outside border and this one. And all the rest is just the colors that it consists of separately. And I love this pattern. Even the border. Sometimes a border is, well, not the most fun to stitch, but this border is lovely, and it really makes it one. It brings everything together basically. But when I'm tired, I love to just stitch one little square and feel like I've accomplished something. And so yeah, it's been absolutely lovely. And this is stitched on an 18 count. I've moved towards an 18 count, I find, especially because this 18 count is DMC and it's from a shop nearby. And it's lovely to work on. I really enjoy it. The coverage is nice. It feels nice. So yeah, I bought quite a chunk of it. And these colors are just perfect for me. So already I'm really loving it. So I look forward to making it. It's quite big, I have to say. As you can see, I'm going all the way. So yeah, it'll be a very big piece when it's finished, but it's a lovely piece. And I might bring this with me to Ameland um, on holiday. Then my next new start was a kit that I bought over the summer. So I've already shown you the kit, and I wanted to start it, but it is on an even weave. The kit is on an even weave, and it came with the even weave fabric. And it's good quality even weave, so it felt wrong not to use it. But I realized that I was putting it off starting, even though I really liked the pattern. And then I thought to myself, why am I doing this? I can just stitch it on an 18 count, because I bought a whole chunk of the 18 count. So I took out the even weave, put in the 18 count Ada, and then started stitching quite happily. So this is the kit. It's a Lanarte kit, and the design is by Marjolein Bastin. It's very pretty, very bright, happy. Yeah. And you know I love my flowers, so, you know. And I've started it. I've started with a border. And this is with one thread. So the border is stitched with one thread. And then the flower in the middle is stitched with two threads. So I will do that, but I quite like the coverage already on this. I think it's beautiful. I have no problem with this. Yeah, it's very pretty. It's the way she draws it that's so lifelike, and then it transfers so nicely onto a cross stitch design. So I loved it. I loved starting this one, and I was very happy with my decision to go to 18 count. So yeah, happy with this. It does mean that it becomes smaller than it says on the kit, because the even weave that came with it would mean that the crosses would be bigger. Yeah, very happy with this start. And this is also a nice border to stitch, because this is the border, but it's all flowers all around. So yeah, that's a lovely border to stitch. I'm not sure whether I'll do the whole border and then the flower in the middle. I just do bits here and there, but I have done the whole this side. So very happy with that one, and very happy that I felt okay to move to a different fabric. Right, let's have a little sip of tea. I've been stitching on River Village. This is also a Lanarte kit, and there is a little bit of glare from my light. I do apologize. I hope I can hold things in a way that takes the glare away from you. So this is the pattern, and I think it's absolutely lovely. It's a very Dutch little village view with a lovely house there. And I have done what I set out to do, which is stitch all the water. And that's all with one thread. And now I can move on to the sort of green areas and the houses. So this is where I am at, and this is the water I've stitched. And so this is the whole, it's quite a small piece, this one, because this is it. This is the length of it. So it's quite a quick stitch. And I think last time I showed you I was sort of here. So I've added all this in, and now the water is done and I can move on to the rest of the scenery. But it is a nice stitch. This one is stitched on even weave. And it is okay. It is just not my preferred fabric. But it is okay for this one. And I didn't want to transfer this one onto an Aida because of this printed stuff around it. I really like that. I think that's a very nice, different stitch. So I decided to stick to the even weave, and I'm okay with it for this one. I'll try to show you close up. Again, this is all one thread because the chart asks for it. And then now I'm moving to 2 threads. There we are. Then I'm going to show you Farben des Wassers by Historical Stickmuster. Now this is a beautiful pattern. You all know how much I love it. And I am getting there. I've got 8 more squares to do. So there are, I think, 36 in total. And I have only 8 to go. So I'm still trying to get this finished by Christmas. And this one will be going to my mum. So I have been doing these 4 in the bottom area. And that was just a lovely motif to stitch. It's very, again, the word that pops up in my head for this stitch is elegant. It's just such an elegant stitch. I use 1 thread of Schwa d'Alger on a 20 count. Aida white. And it is beautiful. It's just so beautiful. It's very subtle here and there, but it just comes together so beautifully. And it's just a joy to stitch on this. There's quite a lot of motifs left here. They're quite intricate, but that's fine. So it's about 8 weeks left because I stitch about a square a week. I stitch on this every Sunday, and then I stitch usually about a square. So it'll be done in about 8 weeks. So that makes it Christmas. So yeah, I think I'll get there. I'm still debating whether I'll take this with me to Ameland. I might do, and I might not. I've no idea yet. But it is a lovely stitch and it's so pretty. And it's moving along very nicely. Then I have my Shannon Christine. You all know I like Shannon Christine stitches. And this is, I think, Christmas Snow Fun. I think. Again, I am putting it down in the description box. Now, I had started on this with confidence. So I had stitched the border and I thought I was doing it right. And then I started stitching inside of it and it went wrong. Because, and I'll warn you for that one, because it is very subtle. On this side, because I've taken all of this out, so the border on the top, I've taken it all out. Because here, just above that sort of gingham strip, instead of the 2 in between, it has only 1. So I counted that one perfectly. And then I just gone with all the rest of it, just 2 in between. But then there was one that had 3 in between. Excuse me. And so I was missing out. I was missing one. And it meant that everything was just sort of squeezed together. And I decided I didn't like it. And then I was actually at a point where I wanted to throw it away. And and I thought, oh, I can't just take all of it out. But I did. I did take it out because I like this fabric and I wanted to add this to my pillow collection. And then I have the 3 pillows on the same fabric. So I decided to just do it. So I just taken all of it out. And now I am just stitching on some of the inside of it because it's more fun. And again, I have to check properly on this side because that's where it went wrong. Now, all the rest has 2 in between for all of it. But yeah, I really enjoy this stitch. It's very Shannon Christine with the red, the green, and the gingham little strip. My snow woman is sort of coming alive. She has her little kitchen apron. And that's again lovely to stitch. It's lovely to stitch. So I'm getting there with this one. Because it doesn't take long to stitch. I thought it would be bigger. And it's one that you can just grab and do a little thing. If you just have half an hour, you can just do a little bit. And it feels like an accomplishment. But yeah, it's lovely. And it will be a lovely addition to my pillows. Frogging it all out was, yeah, it didn't help my mood, I'll be honest. Right, that moves us on to my rainbow squares, and I haven't shown this one for at least 2 Flosstubes, I think, maybe even 3. And that was because I hadn't been traveling much, and this one I decided was going to be my travel stitch. And then I have been traveling over the past weeks, and I also, because I was tired, I wanted something that's relatively easy, and this one is one of those. So you have squares that are 9 by 9 and bright colors, and it isn't overwhelming if you just think, you know what, I'll do 2 little squares and that's it. And it doesn't feel like it's a lot. It's easy to work on. And now I am getting there. So that's the top of it. I've reached the top and I have those 3 rows to finish. But yeah, I'm nearly there. I think all the blues I can take out of my color pack. And it's mainly pinks, bit of orange, bit of yellow, and purple. It's very intricate and just very lovely. It's very lovely. I'm really enjoying it. I've made one change to it though, and that is this square at the top, the green one. Now in the pattern it is a purple, and as you can see there's no purple around it, so to me it felt like a bit of a lost purple. And so I decided to just put it in green to sort of match the scheme here, and then the purples will come into there. So that was just a personal preference, because from the moment I looked at it, I thought, what's that purple doing there? And so I decided to alter it. But yeah, I love this pattern. It's really, really nice to work on. And it goes very quickly. So this one might be finished next time, and it will definitely be finished before the end of this year. I have no idea what to do with it yet. We'll see. Yeah, it's very pretty. And the colors again are so lovely. Apart from that dark, dark blue, I didn't like working on that. Yeah, all this bright in the middle, it's so nice. And it's really coming alive. So that one is moving along very quickly. And it's stitched on 16 count Aida. That moves me to my last three. And the first one I'm going to show you is my massive full coverage, my Heaven and Earth designs. I have done about just over 2,500 stitches on this, which is a lot more than I thought. And as you know, I was starting in the little squares, then I moved on to a diagonal, and now I'm just doing whatever I want because it's just the way I prefer to stitch. So I've added sort of this bottom area, and then I've added all of this here. So I've done quite a lot on it. And again, it's a lot of the blue sky and the mountains that are sort of coming alive. But this one is a bit overwhelming. So when I'm tired, I struggle to work on this one because it's so much. It's so tiny, and it's just that's just too difficult. So I work on this when I'm not too tired. So I think last Saturday I did quite a bit on it because I was fine. It's very pretty. It's so pretty, and it will be beautiful one day, far, far away in the future. This will be beautiful. Yeah, it's a lovely stitch. Yeah, the colors are so nice, and again, you don't see it perfectly on because of the light. They are beautiful soft blues, almost towards purple a little bit. So it's really nice. And I stitched this on 20 count Aida with 2 strands of floss. And that is not too bulky for me. Then I did a bit on my rainy night. Last time we spoke, I did a lot on this one. And so it's been resting a little bit. I don't know why. Again, maybe it's just because I've been too tired, and this one is a lot of confetti, as you know. So I might have just, I think I just preferred to work on something a bit easier. But I have done all of this. So that's quite a lot after all. So the tree is sort of getting there. And this one is so beautiful. Look at those colors. Look at those colors. I might stitch on this tonight because it's beautiful. So I've done quite a lot of oranges, bit of blue, and then part of the tree. So this is sort of at the 50, the row of 50 stitches. So I've got 50 to go on top. So that's well past halfway. Yeah, really enjoying this. This one is also stitched on 16 count Aida. 2 strands of floss, and the coverage is here and there not perfect, but it is good enough. But there are a few areas where especially the blacks, I think, the black and dark blues, where it's not as, there's a little bit of white showing through. From a distance, you can't see at all. From a distance, I think this is so beautiful. And then you realize why the confetti stitching is worth it, because you only get this kind of result if you have a lot of confetti, usually. Yeah, it's so beautiful. So I'll pop this out for tonight, and I'll stitch on that tonight for a bit. And then I have my lilacs. Now this one is moving along nicely. These are the lilacs. It's magic needle kit, and I'm using the kit except for the fabric, for which I have swapped the 14 count Aida that came with the kit to a 16 count. And that's just because of preference, because the Zweigart that was in the kit was absolutely fine. as a, it's a good quality fabric. And I've moved along with this nicely. I've done quite a bit on this. Now look at that, isn't that pretty? So I've added this flower here. I've added the pink flower and the bits around it. I have added all the leaves around here. I had a few stitched in, but I've added quite a few. And then I've closed all of this here. So I've done quite a lot on this. I think I've stitched on it 4 times, 5 times maybe. I'll show you close up. It's very pretty. I have quite a bit to go because it does go sort of out like that a little bit. Not as far as I'm showing you now, but it does go out. Trying to move this up a bit. There we are. And it's very pretty. Loving it. Loving the colors as well. I love the pink that sort of comes through here. Sort of adds to the whole thing. Gives a bit more depth. So yeah. Very pretty. I might take this one with me over the coming days. Mind you, I want to take all of it, and then in my head, I'm gonna have time to work on all of it, and I don't, because we're only going for 4 or 5 days. So, and we're gonna do stuff as well. I'm not just gonna be stitching. I'm gonna be stitching in the train though, so it'd be a 6-hour train journey. So I'll be stitching in the train and get some stuff done. But this one I'm very happy with. There we are. And that's all my progress. I think I've done okay. Now I'm just going to pause it so I can get my haul, sort of because it's a bit of a mess around me. I'm just going to pause it for a moment and come back to you in a moment. Back again with my purchases. So I was online shopping and I already seen a few that I really liked and decided to just go for it because again it was a sale. And I also saw that these have 16 count Aida in it. So I don't have to swap anything. I could just use the 16 count that comes in the kit. And these kits are not very expensive. So I was positively surprised to find this kit, which is a Luca S. Is that how you say it? Lucas. And it's again quite like autumn. And I love these colors. I know it's a lot of red. I'm normally not a fan of red. Maybe my sister wants it when it's finished. She loves red. But yeah, I think it's so pretty. And again, relatively cheap for a kit that is intricate like this. It comes with its own fabric. Again, that is a 16 count and it comes with its own flosses. Now these are not DMC. It says Luca, it says Anchor, so it has anchor threads, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, I'm looking forward to starting this, especially because of the whole autumn feel. I won't start it yet, but I'll start it. Then I have another Luca S, and this is one I fell in love with the moment I saw it. This was basically the one that started me buying stuff online, because I thought, I need to have that one, because I love pink roses. And this is just, to me, this is perfect. I also think that these Luca S kits have a more realistic vase. I think vase is American, vase is British, because this is the vase of a magic needle, which is nice, but it's not as nice as this one. So, and I just love these colors. Soft pinks, lots of greens. This is my perfect color scheme. So I was happy to find this. This is also Oh, this says standard Moulin, and this is then Luca S. So this one has anchor and this one doesn't. Right, it doesn't matter. It looks the same, if I'm honest. It looks the same. I do like the way they package it. Yeah, I think that's nice. So there you go. Very happy with these. I think they're sort of in the same uh, line of kits. So yeah, very happy with those. And then the Magic Needle, like again, this one is from Magic Needle, and I liked that one. So I thought I'll get another Magic Needle. Now, most Magic Needle kits have 14 count in it. Now, that's not a big problem. I could just swap it. But I decided for that specific purchase to go for kits that have 16 count in it. And then I realized that this one that I've been eyeing quite a few times has 16 count in it. So it's like a castle in the back and then has flowers in the front. So it's purple flowers again. The light is getting weirder. That's because it's getting darker outside, I think. So it's very pretty, this one, isn't it? It's like looking through something. Very pretty. So this one I couldn't resist either. And this one has the Gamma Moulin Gamma, sorry. That's similar to this one. And that's absolutely fine. I like working with this. They're not very big. This one is only 20 by 26 centimeters. So they're not big, but they are detailed. And I really like that. So there you are. Those are my purchases. Now I need a lot of time for stitching. That's what I need. I will tell my boss that I cannot work 5 days anymore because I have stitching to do. Anyway, let's move on to the final bit, which is a giveaway. I told you about this kit where I decided to take out the even weave and work on an Ada. And I told you that it took me a little while to get there because it didn't feel right because the fabric that it came with is good quality even weave. And it's not white, it's sort of an off-white, it's very nice fabric. So I thought, why don't I just give it away? I'm sure one of you would be quite happy to stitch on this. So I should have measured it really. I haven't done that, I'm sorry. So this is the size of it. Can you see anything? Because I cannot. And I have put some of those paint tape around it to stop it from fraying. And one of you is very welcome to use this if you would be interested. So I don't exactly know the count. I don't think you can see it like this. It is quite tiny. It didn't say on the kit, at least I couldn't find it. But it is, again, beautiful fabric. And it feels wrong to not use it and put it in a drawer and throw it away at some point. So if any of you would be interested in this piece, feel free to put the words fabric. It's a bit of a boring word, isn't it? But put the word fabric in the comments and I will use comment picker as I always do. And then one of you can receive this by post at some point. Doesn't matter if you're in the Netherlands or elsewhere. I don't mind sending it. It's very light, so that means it's not that expensive to go wherever. So feel free to leave a comment in the comments. Use the word fabric. You don't have to make a sentence with it. You can make a sentence with it if you want. You can also just leave a comment. You don't have to specifically say anything about this if you're not interested in it. Maybe you're like me and you just want to stitch on Ada. So that's fine too. Let me know if you're one of those. And I think that's it. That's all my stitching done. as always, it's been great fun to just chat about stitching for a while and yeah, show you where I'm at, show you all my stuff. Also to just for myself to go through it. It feels like a diary of my crafting, and that's quite nice. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next 4 weeks. I'm looking forward to the coming week where I can do some more stitching than normal. And then I have more busy weeks ahead, but that's okay, I don't mind. And looking forward to stitching on the pieces that I'm already working on, and I don't think I'll start another one the coming weeks. But then again, I might change my mind because, as you all know, I have no schedule. I just do what feels good. So, thank you all for watching again. I do appreciate it. If you're new and you're not yet subscribed, feel free to subscribe so you will get a notification when I put a new video up. Give me a like if you liked it, or leave a comment. And if you're not into all that stuff, that's okay. I'm glad you were here and spent some time with me. That was great. And I hope to see you all again in, I think, again, about 4 weeks. Thank you.